Now, isn't it true, though, that when it comes down to that one thing, I'm pretty comfortable with my faults. I've got my stories that I tell. I've got the way that I justify the fact that I behave. You know, that's just me. It's just the way it is. You need to adjust because, you know, that's just how I am. You know, that's a challenge to say change.
Well, that's not the way we are. See, we're all born the same way. We're all born dumb, naked, and speechless. And no one comes here knowing anything. A tree can't be anything but a tree. But the greatest power that we have as human beings, we have the power to change. Choose ye this day whom ye shall serve, the mediocre part of you or the greatness that you have within you. Challenge yourself.
I can come out of a program like this or some sort of a reflection and decide, okay, I can make a little change. There's a change that I feel I can make. But I just don't see, I mean, I don't know that I can change all of these aspects of how I operate and how I lead.
I think that what you said is crucial right here. You said, I don't know if I can do that. When I looked at the goals that I wanted to achieve, my heart said I can do that. If you ask most people, if you had your life to live over again, do you believe that you could do more than what you've done? If most people are honest, they will raise their hands and say yes. Then why is it that we don't do this? And the way that we ever do anything is we first make the commitment to do it. That's what we do. John F. Kennedy, he said, we're going to the moon. He wasn't a scientist. The technology was not around then. He said, in 10 years, we're going to the moon. He made a commitment. He spoke it into existence. In the beginning was the word. He said, we're going to the moon. We're going to make this happen. That was a commitment of this country. We're going to the moon. We will get there before the Russians. And there was a collective buy-in that everybody bought into it. Nobody questioned it because he said it with absolute faith. And everybody got on the page and began to look for ways of how we're going to make this happen. But what most people do is they go to, I don't know how to do it. They go to, how do we do it? Asking those questions. No, make the commitment. Once you make the commitment, the how, the way, the resources, the ideas, everything you need to make it happen will begin to show up and reveal itself.
Once I realize that I've got the ability and I've got it in me in my own unique, sort of way, how do I achieve my potential? What's the next step for me as a leader?
Many talented and gifted leaders go on unnoticed, and the world never had a chance to hear from them because they allow themselves to become negative. They allow themselves to become volunteer victims. They allow themselves to focus on the problem rather than the possibilities. Jim Rohn said, when the end comes for you, let it find you conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. You got to continue to stretch, continue to grow, continue to expand. Socrates says a man's reach is to supersede his grasp. Or what are the heavens for? We have far more in ourselves, but we've got to challenge ourselves. We have to engage in that process. Most people just park. They go so far and they park and they coast out to the sunset. Who you are as a person comes out and shows up in your leadership. So I believe it's about personal empowerment, becoming aware of who you are, self-awareness, and what is it that drives you? What is it that motivates you? What is it that you want? It's cultivating a sense of goodness and greatness within yourself and working on yourself and saying to yourself, I deserve this. I deserve this standard of greatness from myself, and pushing yourself. And the next level, as you engage in that process, comes a commitment of how you manage yourself, your times, your skills, your talents, your abilities, how you work with others. As you gain greater insight into yourself, you gain greater insight into others. And out of that comes some achievements that you can point to. And then that brings you to self-fulfillment. How do we get here? What worked? What did not work? Now let's go back to the process all over again. It's a continuous, ongoing process. That's why Robert Schuller said, success is never ending. We can always better our best.
But to better our best, we have to learn and reflect on what's occurred up to now.
Absolutely, and push ourselves and challenge ourselves and be self-motivated and continue to raise the bar on ourselves and have some strategic partners that will hold us accountable for a higher standard. You can run faster with 100 who want to go than with one around your neck. You've got to evaluate the relationships that you have around you and ask yourself the question, what is this relationship doing to me? Am I growing? Am I developing? Is it stretching me? If you're the smartest one in your group, you need to get a new group. So you've got to have people around you that you can learn from and that you can grow from.
What would you leave us with? What do you want us to remember in this opportunity? What contribution are you going to make to us in our thinking to make this whole initiative and our role as leaders successful?
Continue to raise the bar on yourself and understand and know that there's more in you to express, to do, than you can ever begin to imagine. Henry David Thoreau talked about that when you're moving in the direction of your dream, you will have some uncommon hours, some magical moments. There are moments when you say, wow, I can't believe that it's me. But you also go through this period, what Joseph Campbell called the long, dark journey of the soul. Life will catch you on the blind side. And you will say, why did this have to happen to me? Why not you? Who would you suggest? It's called life. And so what we have to do is buckle in, and we have to deal with it. We have to suck it up. It's not personal. It's called life. What did Forrest Gump say? Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. He was right.
Absolutely. Well, Les, I really appreciate this time. Again, thank you so much for your
Thank you. I
contribution.
appreciate you for the opportunity.